Well, first off, yeah, I was kind of pissed. Um, but venting is good. I probably should have done a knee jerk response, and I apologize for that. You are reasonable and intelligent, although I believe you're unyielding in your opinions. As far as my stepping up and defending Red Hannah, I don't have to defend her. She's as smart, actually, quite probably smarter than I am. I don't have to defend her at all. She can defend herself quite nicely. She's an intelligent woman, and I detract nothing from her at all. I don't need to defend her. She can defend herself upside down and sideways, probably far better than I could do it myself. But a couple of things. When I refer to Iran and the Islamic world, please add that in, the Islamic world. When I say they're roughly around 1400 AD, I mean that on an emotional level, not on an intellectual level, not on a technological level. I'm speaking on an emotional level. Okay? And belief is emotion. Whether you believe it or not is irrelevant to me. Belief is an emotion. I put this out in other videos if you care to go look for them. They're around 1400 AD on an emotional level in the development of their religion. Christianity went through this whole thing, and Islam is going through this thing currently. I'm hoping they get over it quicker. Islam in and of itself is not a bad religion. It's some of its practitioners I have problems with. Now, Iran may be all that you say, but I have severe doubts. You skipped over the whole homosexual thing. I have text comments from you, unless you go back and delete them, stating that executing someone because of their sexuality, my statement saying executing someone because of their sexuality is incorrect. You put a text comment down saying, well, they're giving warnings first, several of them, so that makes it okay. No, it's not okay. A recent episode of Boston Legal, of all shows, put it out there. If it were a disease, the drug companies would have jumped all over it and tried to find a pill to cure it. But they can't. They can find a pill to cure someone whose legs don't want to rest at night. They're making up diseases. If they could find a pill to cure homosexuality, don't you think they'd be all over that? Chronic condition, yes, we can give somebody a pill and make money off of it. But they're not doing it because it's not a disease. It's a fact of life. But you glossed over the whole homosexual issue. Just stuck on the whole women don't have rights. I say they don't. You say they do. You say there are Western news organizations who are fabricating stories and not reporting the truth. And I sit here and say, are the Iranians doing different? You don't see my point. You don't want to see my point. I'm calm, by the way. I'm being nice. I'm not yelling. If you have to hold a gun to someone's head and say, obey or die, There's a problem with the religion. If you have to kill people because they don't obey the religious laws, there's a problem. Maybe you don't see it. I see it. I oppose it in this country. I think our country right now is fucked. Pardon my language. But it is. We have a demagogue in power who's hell-bent for leather to become the last prophet and herald the second coming. That's what he wants. That's what he believes he is. He's wrong. But you can't drive that point into his head. America is a good country. At times, it's a great country. It's not the only country. It's not necessarily the best country. It's the best in certain aspects. But there are countries that are better in other aspects. And I acknowledge this. I love America. And I love the freedoms I have. For as long as I get to keep having them. But it's not the only country in the world that has things right. Just because I'm an American doesn't mean I'm automatically right. I'm hoping my views, which are stridently moderate, are correct. The extremists on either end don't have it right. They are wrong. And anyone who kills in the name of their God is wrong. Period. Case closed. End of discussion. You have to kill in the name of your God. You don't really believe in your God. You have to prove your God is right. And unless I'm missing my mark here, please correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of Iranian law is based on Islamic law, which is a religious law, which has to do with belief, not facts. It's what you feel in your heart is right, not what you know in your head is right. See, me, I have no problem with things like gay marriage. You don't like it? Don't do it. You don't like it? Don't allow it in your various places of worship. It's that simple. But you don't deny others who want to do that. It causes you no harm. If someone else's beliefs or ways of living causes you no harm, what is the problem? Now I admit American foreign policy has been screwed. I dearly love to see George W. Bush and Dick Cheney in jail for the crimes they've committed. But they've got money. They've got power. So it won't happen. See, I don't care if Iran gets a nuke, because they're not going to do anything with it. Because while they're crazy, and I've said this in another video, they're not stupid. If they drop a nuke on anybody, what do you think the rest of the entire world is going to do to them? Are they going to go, oh well, it's just Muslims doing their thing? Or are they going to go in and make a parking lot? I know they're never going to get one. They want one so they can wave their dick around and say, oh, see, we're a world power now too. That's the only reason they want one. Just like India wanted one, and Pakistan wanted one, and France wanted one, and Great Britain wanted one, and every other power wants one. So they can wave the phallic symbol around and go, see, we have a nuke. We're a real world power now. but they're not. And if Iran ever really gets the world pissed off at them, do you want to see the technological jump that'll leave them with their oil and they can eat and drink that to keep themselves going? So, I don't like Iran. I don't like some of their practices. Perhaps they have good things going for them, but I don't like them. And I don't like Islamic law. I don't like any religious law, be it Islam, Christianity, Hindu. Religion has no place in any government ever. None. Zero, zip, zilch. That's my opinion. You can feel free to disagree. I don't know what your religion is, and I don't care. It doesn't affect my opinion of you. If you want to worship the great pumpkin, have a good time. As long as you're not trying to tell me I have to worship the same way, we're good to go. So, I've rambled, and I hope I made my point. And I'm not pissed off. I'm calm, reasonable, and rational. So, I've talked long enough. Have an adequate day.